Hello, I'm SupaWaluigi and welcome back to SupaConstruction here in the Nintendo World Park. In the last episode, we built that mini Princess Peach's castle with the teacup ride in the middle of it. And now we are just doing a few little things before we get into the main build of today's episode, which by the title, you have probably guessed that it is the Baby Park go-kart track from Mario Kart, or it's in a couple of different Mario Karts, actually. Anyway, but right now we are just experimenting, shall we say, just trying to build this, had an idea for a Bowser's Burgers shop, and decided to try and build this little fortress outside Princess Peach's castle, but then I realised, well, that might as well go into the Bowser's Castle area. So instead, we are getting in some more generic shops that you can name. Just put some name suggestions in the comment section below, and we can get those in there. And also, we are just putting in some of the usual amenity things like toilets and information kiosks, and another balloon stand, just refilling that space with some foliage again, just to make it look nice and lush. We just taking a brief look back over at Yoshi's Island, getting in another stall there, calling it Yoshi's Cookies, those little square cookie biscuit things. Only seen in, I think I've only seen them in the Mario and Luigi series, but I'm not sure where else they're in. Probably in the Yoshi games, maybe in Yoshi's Island, I'm not sure. Anyway, we're getting some more bins, benches and lights, just so that park guests are catered for and they can sit down and throw away rubbish and that sort of thing. But now we are getting into the main build now with Baby Park, the track. So it's not going to be, the track itself isn't going to be anything particularly fascinating. It is just a oval track, just like the in the game itself. Although I do set the how many laps there are to 7, just like in the game. At least I think it's like that. I should have probably researched a little bit more. I think it's 7. It could be 8. Or is it 6? No, I think, yeah, it's definitely 7. I just deleted it there because keeping kind of exact, well, can't really say exactly because it's in RollerCoaster Tycoon 3, but I flipped over the direction the carts go in, just because in the game they start on the left side and go around clockwise, so that kind of made sense. Just doing some of the colours there. I can't figure out how to do each cart different colours, so at the moment they are just red and yellow, changing up the queue line path as well to sort of red, dark blue and light blue, kind of like the Baby Mario colours seen in the game. And sort of the big thing in terms of scenery with this is that it is kind of a stadium, so I'm just getting in this big glass roof to go over the whole track in the same sort of shape, so it's like a big oval, although it's really difficult to make just a normal circle in RollerCoaster Tycoon 3, which is quite annoying. So its shape does look a bit weird, and this did take quite a while trying to get in the glass roof. I mean, if you've seen some of the pre-construction videos when building Monita, the little glass ring around the outside of that was quite difficult to make because they were just so hard to get the right position. But with this, there's kind of more reference points to other pieces, and it was better to try and build the glass roof first before getting in the scenery around it, because it just sort of kind of made the outline a little bit better. Thinking about it now, now that the actual thing is built, it's kind of weird looking, because when you think about it, in game it's never had a giant glass roof. It's more of like a giant pipe kind of roof, and it's got wings on the side. It's very specific, and would have been much harder to try and replicate that fully in RollerCoaster Tycoon 3. But I think in terms of what's inside, it is kind of like a gardeny, flowery kind of track. Although you don't really notice it when you're racing around it because you're going so fast and it's so mental anyway with its 7 laps and so many items being used. It's you don't really pay attention to what's surrounding you. But we are just getting in this perimeter fence and some of the supports. We're just using these excuse me, trying to burp but it's not working. Just using these Wild West porch pillar things again. We do change that a little bit because as you can see the porch pillars actually stick through the glass roof just a little bit and gives it that tiny little edge that I wasn't too sure about, but it works as a sort of support for the roof. Makes it just look a little bit more realistic. Yep, there we go. So I decided, well, it kind of needs a little bit more as a little edge around the top, so we use these little fences instead. Creates like a nice little top trellis sort of thing. So we're just deleting some of the pillars that stick out quite a bit. You can also see how it doesn't really, on the curved edges, it doesn't really fit closely to it. So we do have an awkward shape around the edges as well. It kind of defeats the purpose of a circular stadium, really. It's more like a circular roof with a square border. It doesn't really work, which is annoying. But again, it would be quite difficult to do that, trying to not reuse a load of pieces we've seen before and keep sort of the open air feel of the track itself. So we're just finishing up with those little fence pieces there and just filling in some of the gaps and checking where I've deleted the wrong ones, which is lucky because I don't think I did delete too many of the wrong ones. And we're just doing some more of that across the queue line area. Obviously we don't need all those supports since it's kind of more of an open area. Just getting in some terrain texture around the paths to get that brick feel, or the little border to the dirt path. Getting in a mechanic and a handyman as usual, just making sure that this area is covered and that the ride itself won't frequently break down. There we go. And now we're getting into the, well, it's not really interior, but yeah, underneath the glass roof. So again, here I was kind of experimenting with the flowers, like at the entrance with the giant Nintendo logo spelt out in flowers. I tried to do the same with Baby Park, just trying to spell out the name Baby Park, but it was clearly going to be too big for the inside of the track. So instead we just go with the large flower pieces that we've seen before in a red and blue pattern, and just bordering that off with some more hedges. I've been thinking about how to try and just spell out the Baby Park name, because I think the roof is still a little bit bland. I was actually experimenting just before doing this voiceover recording in the game, just trying to use the large, they're kind of like a floor piece. We've seen them before, but again, in order to spell out the words, I'd need at least 3 squares per letter, and yeah, that's too big for the glass roof, so it would hang off the sides, which wouldn't look good. So I think for now we are going to leave the name of Baby Park just, well, on the little scrolling sign above the queue line there. And now we are just bordering off the edges of the outside fence with some more bushes. Just gives it that nice kind of tame garden, looked after garden feel, and creates a nice gardeny feel for the track itself. And we're also bordering off the track on the inside with some more topiaries. These are just sort of the generic shaped ones. We do have sort of there's a duck topiary. That could have made sense actually, since one of the karts in Mario Kart Wii was a duck. I think it was a duck. Yeah. But anyway, we're just getting some more different colours with the blue, purple and orange around here. Kind of. I'd like it. You don't really get it. I kind of like to think that's a little secret of mine with the purple and orange, because they're my logo's colours, I suppose. Although, yeah, it doesn't really, it's not really noticeable anyway. It's just a small Easter egg that only I will get, which is kind of sad. Keeping with the red and blue pattern here with the smaller quarter tile flowers. For some reason I got really confused here because I did that side and then couldn't understand how the other side worked. I thought there was an extra space that I hadn't filled in, but it's exactly the same on each side. I just didn't realise I had to change the flower colours. I don't know why it took me so long to figure that out, but there we go, finally got there. And doing the same on the other side as well. Just checking there, and getting in the red ones now, there we go. So with the, even though I couldn't change the individual karts colours themselves, there is a small area of flowers just between the entrance and exit of the ride. They're kind of supposed to represent each, or which colour, which character's colours. So we've got sort of just normal reds, blues, greens, pinks, yellows, that sort of thing. And then we're just doing the same sort of thing around the entrance bit there as well. So that is an overview of Baby Park. We are going to slow down the video now and take a little joyride around the track itself. So go green, there we go. Probably shouldn't have done this at night because the lights do get a bit weird, and I try to avoid looking over towards Clocktown because it is beginning to make my game rather laggy. All the park guests are over in Clocktown. I think the game knows that, so it's getting a bit laggy over there. But yeah, that's Baby Park. Done and dusted. Not the only Mario Kart track to be made, because obviously we'll be doing sort of a Mario Kart medley very soon. But yeah, thanks for watching. Bye!